The movie begins with a girls' boarding school where all the girls go for their morning prayers, but Harleena was feeling very sleepy at that time. They come to her room. Abby, a girl from her class, finds it strange that she is here, but everyone gets busy with their work and Harleena falls asleep in the room. And when the teacher comes to know about this, she gets very angry and now the whole class gets the punishment for Harleena's mistake. That too, the punishment for cleaning the whole school. Abby was most angry about this because Harleena made the mistake, and why did she get the punishment? They now come to the bathroom where many other girls were also cleaning with Harleena, and seeing her enjoying the laughter and jokes, Abby gets even angrier, and she starts scolding Harleena that you can relax, you can have fun, and we can do the work. Ranam, who was also Harleena's roommate, tells Abby that you shouldn't talk to Harleena like that. She's new to our school and doesn't know about the school rules. So Abby says that she is new and has already put half of our lives in trouble. Let's all get out of here. Whoever has spread the mess will clean it up himself. She even makes more mud here to make it more difficult to clean. She left here asking everyone to go with her, and all the other girls left Harleena alone except Ranam, who was feeling sorry for Harleena. Harleena also tells Venom that it's okay if you want to go too. Then go. I will manage all this alone. But Venom gets involved in the work, bringing so much joy with love, and thus their friendship becomes even better. Harleena now tells him that she's having more problems living in the boarding school because she has never done these things before today. She was a spoiled daughter of her mother who was always satisfied with what she did. She lived her life as she pleased, so it was very difficult for her to adjust to the rules here. Well, her work is over and the next day comes. Today, all the children's parents have come to meet her. Harleena's mother also says to Harleena's mother, I don't want to stay in a supporting school. Nobody likes me here. There is no one here to take care of me. And most importantly, the bed sheets here also smell great. Hearing this, Harleena's mother starts laughing and says that I will bring you new bed sheets tomorrow, and you should not decide to leave here so soon. At least spend 1 semester here. Even after that, if you cannot adjust, then I will talk to your dad. During these conversations, Harleena notices that your parents were also scolding you. Harleena understood that you two had to get the scolding because of her, so Harleena felt bad, but your anger towards Harleena increased even more. Now at night, it is shown that Harleena was practicing reading the Quran in a good way, and Ranam also likes it. Ranam tells her that I want a master read the Quran. If you also want to come, then come. Harleena also agrees to go with her. Harleena tells Ranam that you go. I will come after packing my scarf. At the time when she was packing the scarf, she also forcibly entered Harleena's room with her friends. She also says while scratching Harleena's hair, do you understand yourself? You can complain about us to the teacher and we won't say anything to you. Harleena said I didn't tell the teacher anything, I promise. But I also doesn't listen to her and slaps her on the cheek. After that, she sees that food had come from Harleena's house. She tests the food and chews it and slaps it on Harleena's cheek. Harleena tries to escape from here after I got rid of her, but 2 girls standing outside the room catch her again and push her hard and throw her inside the room. There on the ground below, there was an iron that Harleena had dropped from her hand, which was still hot, and Harleena's hand had now burned due to Harleena's touch. Harleena screams loudly in pain, but I still doesn't let go of her. But she picks up the same iron and puts it close to her cheek and starts threatening her. Harleena gets scared and pushes I too. She runs away from there, freeing herself from all these girls. Before she could reach the mask and find out everything, Venom came from behind and held her hand on her forehead. Yes, Venom also failed us. Harleena called her, but when she looked back and saw no one, she thought it was her illusion and went ahead. Now Wabi and all her friends take Harleena to the washroom. Her hand, which had just been burned, they put it in detergent water, which makes Harleena even more irritated. After which they pour cold water on Harleena and then beat Harleena a lot. To save herself, this time Harleena ran away from here in such a way that she crossed the school gate. A car was coming on the road in front. Harleena did not notice it, and that car hit Harleena. The scene cuts to the next morning and we see Harleena's dad, who has now come to the hospital. Harleena's condition was very bad. Harleena's mother, who had already come here, was also very sad to see this condition of her lost daughter. Harleena's father sees the beating and burn marks on Harleena's body and goes and scolds the teacher and the principal here a lot, saying that, I sent my daughter to boarding school to become good, not to be tortured. After a while, it is shown that Helena's ECG line on the computer has become completely flat. This meant that Harleena is now dead. The scene is cut and we are shown a scene a week later. In the boarding school, we see all the girls taking off their washed clothes. Every week, a scene is shown about one thing, and in the English school, we see all the girls taking off their washed clothes. And as soon as Harleena takes off her blouse, Harleena is seen standing behind her, seeing which these people are fascinated by the scene. This time Harleena was not looking like before. Her face was like a dead person. Everyone is scared to see Harleena, especially the girls who had sex with Harleena. Seeing him, Harleena smiles with a homely smile. Here Renum quickly hugs Harleena. Here we are shown to the teachers in the school who were having a meeting about Harleena's return, whether they should investigate Harleena's case or not. The principal of his school had gone to another school, and it was not possible for him to return here for a long time. So the coordinator here now says to the teachers that I don't think Harleena's case should be investigated, because in this way the image of our school will be bad. It is better to hide this. She says that Harleena was bullied by the schoolgirls and we will punish her in the school itself. Then the night falls and we are shown Obvi and one of his friends have the night duty of watching this entire school. Now Obvi and that girl were checking the whole school, but this would take a lot of time. So Obvi tells her partner that we will separate and check the whole school. Saying this, she goes to check the washrooms, and while doing so, she hears a strange sound from the front corridor. Her partner was there, so as soon as she goes and touches her partner on the hill, her partner turns towards her like a ghost. At this time, the eyes and face of that girl were completely black, seeing which Obvi was very sad. She quickly went to the staff room and started knocking on the teachers' doors, but the teachers did not open the door. And just then, the girl who was possessed came here. She grabbed Obvi by the neck and started saying in a terrible tone that all this is the punishment for what you did. Suddenly this girl's face changes into Harleena's face and becomes even more terrifying. After hearing the noise, the teacher finally got up and came out, and seeing Obvi's throat in the girl's hand, she freed Obvi from that girl's hand. But in all this, the girl who has become the possessive one knocks down the teacher here with all her strength. The teacher realizes that this amulet is possessed by an entity, so he grabs his head and starts reading something to stop the demon. This is where they get water from the teacher who came here, and after reading something on it, they drink the water and throw it on the green grass, which weakens the demon inside them for some time. Before relaxing, the teacher asks that entity, so that entity says that I am the devil. Now, because of what happened to Obvi, she was very scared and remained locked in her room. Now when Renum, his night partner, and another girl come to his room to find out about Obvi, it's night time. We see Renum reciting Quran in the mosque, and then Harleena also comes in front of him. Renum is happy to see her, but one thing was strange. When Harleena was reading the Quran today, she was reading it in such a way that she did not know how to read the Quran, and she ignores him and starts focusing on her studies. But in a short time, Harleena's voice starts to change, and her voice changes into a demonic or devilish voice. Renum finds this very strange and Renum leaves. The next day, as soon as she opens her room, she sees that Harleena was moving in a strange way wearing prayer clothes. He asked Harleena, "What are you doing?" So Harleena asked him in a terrible voice, "What are you doing looking at me?" There was no answer to her. She went to Renum. Today it was Renum and Obvi's duty to watch the whole school. Obvi hadn't recited her last prayer of the day yet, so she tells Renum that I'm going to the mosque, so wait for me outside. As Renum waits outside, she notices Harleena walking awkwardly out of the school in the same clothes. She starts following him to see him, and suddenly the lights go out in the mosque. Obvi is scared, but she continues her namaz, and suddenly a terrible voice started reciting the same thing in her ear, which scared her a lot, but still she didn't stop her namaz, and suddenly she realized that she was reading namaz upside down. She started her namaz again. Again she had the same horror, and again she saw that she was standing upright. But as soon as she started to recite namaz, she turned upside down. Now Obvi was very scared. Many times she had started breaking the namaz, and now she was also very distant from Awaz. Obvi has now decided that she will not be afraid and will continue to pray. At this stage, as soon as she completed namaz, She was thankful that she was now reading namas in the right direction. As soon as he looked at her side, he saw Harleena's terrible face. Harleena was sitting with him like a ghost. Seeing him, Avi screams loudly. Reenam also hears this scream and she quickly comes to the mosque to see Avi. But Avi was still reciting namas. She sat in the same position for a long time, and when Reenam felt this was strange, he touched Avi and saw that she was dead and her wound was also badly blackened. Seeing this, Reenam is devastated. The next day we are shown Avi's funeral. After his funeral, as they all start praying together, we also see a devilish smile on Harleena's face. Or after the prayer, Avi's family leaves with all of Avi's belongings. And Reenam also watches everything. Then Harleena comes to him. Reenam asks Harleena, "Where were you last night?" Harleena said in her room, and where else? Reenam agreed with Harleena, but his heart was not accepting. Because somewhere he had a feeling that none other than Harleena is behind all these things. Now because Avi had died, Sidi along with Avi asks Reenam that you become my roommate. Reenam also agreed because now she too was afraid of Harleena. Cut to the scene we are shown the staff room scene, where the teacher tells the coordinator that we should tell Avi's parents that his death is not natural. There is a special reason behind his death that they should find out. Then the coordinator tells them that we can't remove anything from the school for which we ourselves are not confirmed. But the teacher does not listen to the coordinator here. They say that this matter has escalated too much. We should also go and tell the principal about it. And all the children here should be sent back to their homes, because the danger has increased more than ever. First Harleena's torture like this, and now Avi's death. The presence of a girl among them was not small. A scene cuts to us showing Reenam. She had come to the city's room, but she could not find it here. After a long time, he gets nanny. But as soon as her body opens, she sees that she was not in the room of this time city, but this time she was in Harleena's room, where she sees that Harleena is shaking her feet vigorously on the upper bed. Reenam gets scared seeing her tonga, and now Harleena asks her in her scary voice why you are not sleeping. Hearing this, Reenam gets even more scared and takes Garbar to the other side, and Harleena now gets off the bat. Coming close to Reenam's bat, Harleena calls out to Reenam, and as soon as Reenam looked back, it was a good thing Harleena was missing from there. Now Reenam goes out to check on Harleena. While here, in Sidi's room, when Sidi sleeps, she also does not see Reenam in the room. He wakes up his other roommate and together they go to carry Reenam. Now, as soon as these two girls were in the corridor, together with Sidi, she felt that Sidi had disappeared behind her. He looked behind me and saw that the Sidi was not really there, and now he heard a strange sound in the corridor. The one who said, "Celebrate your good deeds." Della was the name of such a girl. Hearing this, the girl got scared, and as soon as she looked behind me, Harleena was there with her scary face. Seeing this, the girl screamed loudly and put her hand over her eyes. After a while, Reenam comes here and takes care of him and asks him where the city is. Both of them care about the city now. The city was looking for these two everywhere at this time. And only then the same scary Harleena comes in front of him. Fearing that, she quickly runs towards the mosque. And they are thankful to see that all the girls were there at this time. The athlete was safe with all of these. But one strange thing he noticed was that all the girls were praying very fast. And just like that, after quickly finishing the prayer, all the girls look at the city in a very horrified look. Seeing this, Sidi gets scared and suddenly a cloth rises and falls on Sidi's face. Darkar Sidi starts to itch loudly, and hearing her voice, Reenam comes here and removes this cloth from her mouth. Seeing from this side, his friend quickly goes to call the teacher. She shouts loudly and suddenly the door opens by itself. She wanted to wake up the teacher now, but the teacher does not wake up. And immediately he senses that someone is behind him. When he looked back, Harleena was the same ghost. Seeing that she was scared, and when she looked at the bat again, the teacher was no longer on the bat. And the door here was also closed. She now turned back and was hearing Harleena's scary voices and threats. She was about to cling to the wall in fear, when suddenly Harleena grabbed her throat and started hitting her. Even the teachers come after hearing her screams, and finally they have found Harleena. They hold Harleena's hair and start reciting some prayers on her and find out. It turns out that this time Helena's body was not actually Helena's soul, but a demon. The demon he asked to get out of Helena's boat. In such a short time, Helena's mom and dad also come here, and Helena's mom insists on taking Helena away from here, and this is where the scene stumbles. We are shown in the flashback that when Helena had an accident, that accident actually happened with Helena's mom's car. When Helena's mom was coming to give the bed sheets to Helena, but when Helena's mom looked outside, she felt that there was only a piece of wood, which she placed on the side and continued her journey. Here, when his husband sees the strut on his car, he understands that Helena's mother was behind the accident, but he does not tell this to his wife because her wife might get angry. The scenes flash back to the present where we see that Damon takes Helena's mom into the woods inside Helena's enclosure, and moments later he throws Helena's mom's enclosure back to them out of the woods. But by then these people see that Helena's mom had died. Helena had also come here, so the teachers quickly caught Helena. But this time Helena was so strong that she twisted and fell both of them. Now these two teachers dare again and start a sorcism of Helena. Her dads were crying, and the scene goes to a flashback where we are shown that Helena really died that day. But this thing was not tolerated by her father. He did not tell anyone about the death of his only daughter. Instead, he went to a magician and asked him to revive Helena. This magician, growing a few months on a large iron nail, gives the nail to Helena's father and tells him to drive it into Helena's head and not to take it out until Helena's revenge is complete. According to her, Helena's father did the same. After doing all this, Helena's father also told Helena's mom that Helena's condition is getting better now, so now I have given Helena boarding school again. We have seen the entire story after being sent to boarding school. The senses come back to the present where now Helena's father goes and pulls out the nail from Helena's head because he understood that Helena is dead. Her soul has left this world. And this time there is a demon in Helena's yard, or a devil who is defaming his daughter. Once that nail is removed, all the mayhem here stops, and we are shown Helena's funnel. All the boarding school kids are given their ashes back, and we finally see Brenham visiting Helena's grave. In the post-credit scene of the movie, we are shown Helena's father alone at home, devastated by the death of both his daughter and his wife. One day, that magician knocks on their house and tells them, "I told you that you will not take out this till Helena's revenge is completed." It clearly meant that now something bad was going to happen to Helena's father, and the story ends showing all this.